Hocus Pocus is a kids' film about the Sanderson sisters who came back 300 years after the 1600s to go after a little girl who gives them their powers. Before I get to this review, leave a follow more film content. I have never seen this movie before, despite the fact that this has a cult status, there's even a sequel, and a lot of people seem to really like it back in their own childhood days. I never really know why I never got a chance to watch it, but here I am, and I finally got to watch it with my girlfriend who got the chance to watch it with me. And I can understand why people seem to like it, but for me personally, wasn't a fan. I will say that the Sanderson sisters are the best part of the film, that when it does dive into the whole fish out of water storyline for them, it's the funniest part of the movie. Just them trying to figure out the whole real life, present day kind of ordeal for them is generally very funny, and you see how they act, and there are essentially a mixture of the Three Stooges and the fairies from Sleeping Beauty. And I think they work off with each other very well, that has some very kooky and silly jokes that do generally get a laugh out of me. There are some effects in this film I do think are still impressive, at least the practical sense, especially when they bring up the zombie that is named Billy, despite the fact that the name in the graveyard is William. There definitely seems to be a bit of a distinctive look, especially on the Sanderson sisters, where it's understandable why people seem to really like the Sanderson sisters that have some form of cult following over these characters. There was some surprise jokes I think I'll watch from a kid's film like this, especially when bringing up Madonna as a reference. But there is some form of enjoyment to have with this movie overall. But when they got to the kids kind of ordeal, the movie just felt very standard and kind of boring, and the jokes on them are not as good. And when they went out of the whole fish out of water ordeal, the movie got very boring. It just felt very stale and felt like it should have shortened out to an hour and a half instead of just over an hour 40 minutes. And there are some wonky CGI effects, especially the cat, that you could definitely tell has a very 90s look to it that looks fake as hell. So while I did have some form of enjoyment out of this movie, I did find it kind of a bad film that I do understand why people seem to really like it, but it's just not for me personally. But it is inoffensive, and that kids will get enjoyment out of this one. I give this film a 4 out of 10. If you like this review, leave a like, favorite, and follow more film review content.